Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and this is part 3 to my knife collection. Now, these videos, there's going to be many parts to it, so I can't do my whole knife collection in one video. Otherwise, it would be an incredibly long video. So we're going to break it up into parts, and this is part 3. Now, I'm going to start with the knife chest. I did not get through all my pouches, but I want to hit the knife chest. The tool chest I have with many, many knives in it. I will try to link the tool chest down in the description. You can get these chests very affordably from Harbor Freight. So just FYI, these things are very affordable through Harbor Freight. I will try to link it down below. Starting this list off, we have the KIZER Splinter. This one is in N690 steel, brown micarta, and this also comes in a titanium frame lock version. It has a very minimal flipper. Great action, very smooth on the drop. I like that I can reverse flick it very easily. It is more of a detailing knife, but that is what is awesome about this knife, is that its detailing work is really, really good. Let's get to the next one. The next one is another KIZER. This is the KIZER Dukes. What I love about this knife is that it is almost a full hollow grind. So this is a hollow ground N690 blade that gets very thin behind the edge, and the thinness behind the edge goes up the blade quite a bit. Beautiful drop point, a small tiny bit of recurve. When we have multicolored G10, this does come in other options as well. So I think they have black. They have a bunch of different options with this one, but this is a great knife. This has some of the best flipping action ever. Its flipper is so good. Now, the closing deployment isn't the best. It's not the most fall shutty, but the deployment, holy cow, is it snappy. Great little knife. Next, we have a KANSEPT. This is the KANSEPT Shard. And it is in D2 steel. It has a drop point blade. Now, there's many versions of this. They have a titanium frame lock version. They have a mini. They have a large. This one is the large version in micarta, burlap micarta. Great action. Nice and smooth. Great reverse flicking action as well. It does slice very good. And it has a deep carry clip. T8 hardware all the way around. Good access to the lock bar. Great little work knife, or great full-size work knife. Next is the KUBEY Raven, and it kind of looks like a raven, doesn't it? This is a Jelly Jerry design. We have black G10. This one is in AUS 10 steel, and KUBEY does a good job with their AUS 10. Takes a really good edge. Very, very smooth on the drop. The detent is perfection on this knife. The ergos are really good on it, even though it doesn't look like it would be good. The way it sits in your hand is really nice. It has a titanium milled pocket clip that also works on other knives, by the way. You do have hole for the reverse flicking deployment. Beautiful blade shape, great for so many things. And yeah, just a solid, solid knife. And it feels very solid, by the way. Oh yeah, backspacer. Sorry, backspacer is a G10 backspacer. So we have T8 hardware except for the clip. Next is the SENCUT Honoris, I think it is. I forget the name of this one. I'll put it on the screen. But it is it is a SENCUT knife, which is a budget version or budget knives of CIVIVI or WE knife. So it goes SENCUT, CIVIVI, then WE knife. WE knife is the premium knives. WE is the one who makes all these. But we have D2 steel, spear point blade, G10 scales. It comes in multiple different colors, T8 hardware, reversible deep carry clip, and the access to the liner could be better. That is my one argument about this one. I don't like the access to the lock bar. The action's really good, nice and drop shutty. The whole deployment works great, but it's a small knife. It's not, I know it kind of looks chunky. The video is not going to do it justice. It is not a large knife. Just to give you a little bit of size reference, I know a lot of you guys don't know the size of the Raven, but you can see there how much bigger the Raven is. But it is a small knife, basically like a 3.5 finger knife. But I just wish it had better access to the liner. Next, one of my Elementums. I have many Elementums. This was I think my first Elementum. Neeves knives, bang. This one has the D2 satin blade, very, very smooth. Brown G10, or sorry, brown micarta scales. Originally, I think this was G10 and I swapped it, but awesome knife. You can really tell this thing has been used up. You can see how much steel has been removed. I have another one around here somewhere, but yeah, you can tell this one's been loved a lot. Nice, good edge on it. These little Elementums are one of my most recommended knives. One, they have great flipping action. Beautiful spear point blade shape. Nice deep hollow grind. Gets down to 15 thousandths behind the edge. Great cutters. You can get a full 4-finger grip, or you can use this little choil area. It's a small knife, but man, is it a great knife. Next, we have a KIZER SWAYBACK. Now this one is a button lock. Ooh, and I got some schmucks on the blade, or Kara does. Holy cow. It is a button lock. Now this one has the thumb stud and flipper deployment. They do make other versions now in like a paper micarta that is only flipper. There's no thumb studs. This is the original one with a non-deep carry clip. But it works great though. Solid knife. Great little knife. Great little Wharncliffe. It has a swayback handle to it. And so it is going to be a primary utility cutter. You can slice with it, but you know, the handle's not the most comfortable for regular slicing, but you can definitely do it. Next, really quick, these two. I have the KIZER Critical Minis. I have the Knife Center exclusive, or is it White Mountain Knives exclusive? It's one of the exclusives, with the one with the hole deployment. So you do have to get it. I think it's Knife Center exclusive, but it comes with the hole deployment. If it's White Mountain Knives, I have a 10% discount code. Everything's always linked down in the description. You guys, if you guys want to look through, you guys will find as many knives as I can link down there, plus any type of discount codes I have and stuff. But 3V and micarta for $100. And if you use my discount codes, you can get it for even less, like 90 bucks. Great quality micarta, deep carry clip that feels nice and comfortable in the hand. Great blade shape for utility cuts. Very smooth, nice strong detent. Now, if you guys ever get one of these, just know that it comes with a strong detent, but it breaks in. So if you get it and you're like, man, this detent is just way too strong, don't worry, it breaks in, and it breaks in very nicely. Next, we have the TWOSUN TS129. I love this knife. It just has one of the best working blade shapes. One, you can use it like a claw to open things up. Two, when you're doing regular cuts, the way it kind of curves a little bit, and it's not a recurve, it's just, you know, just an upswept. But because the blade sweeps the way it does, it's easy to kink your hand like this and keep it into a cut. And it's like, it almost acts like a recurve without being a recurve. Very easy to sharpen with regular stones, but man, is it a good knife. The ergos are amazing. This one's an M390. Beautiful satin finish aside from the schmuck on the blade. Great access to the lock bar. Great quality carbon fiber. Micro milling on the titanium frame lock. The clip is an amazing clip. The hole deployment works great, and the front flipper works great. So awesome knife. One of the better TWOSUNs for sure, especially when it comes to use. Next, we have the PAGOS. This knife is actually being given away to one of the patron members if they choose it. I give them a list of knives they get to choose from if they want when they win. And that actually, we're going to be pulling that giveaway here probably tonight or tomorrow. But this is the MIGURON PAGOS M390 titanium frame lock with colored shred carbon fiber, or colored marble carbon fiber. Good access to the lock bar. Very smooth. Great front flipping action. The front flipper works great on this. The thumb studs are smooth, but they do work good. It's a compact little straight back. Blade is basically a straight back. Now, it does have a fuller that runs down it, but you can't use it. You do have to use the thumb studs. But what as I'm fumbling it. Works great though. But what's really cool about this is the micro milling. It has beautiful micro milling. Now they recently dropped another version in all titanium with the micro milling. It looks great. Such a good looking knife. I did have a few complaints about that, but it's still an awesome knife. I love it. The KERSHAW Knockout. This is an assisted knife. I do not have many assisted knives, but this is probably one of my favorite assisted knives. KERSHAW definitely makes my favorite assisted knives. Now mine is old and beat up. The spring rattles inside of it. I need to take it apart and put some grease in there, and then that would stop that. That's just the spring, the assisted spring. But it's still running, man. It's crazy how much this thing has taken. I bought this when I was still doing construction, and it has went through hell and back. 14C28M blade steel, great geometry, great access to the lock bar that is a sub frame lock because the scales are aluminum, and then this steel lock bar is screwed in from the inside. Deep carry clip. Awesome, awesome knife. I do like this knife a lot, but look at this. We have 100% lockup. Mine, or almost 100. Let's squeeze it. 100% lockup. It is about on its last leg, but hey, it's still kicking, man. Still kicking. Next, we have one of my newer TWOSUNs. This is the TS341 Sidewinder. A lot of people complain about all this writing, but heck, man, look at Microtex and a lot of other knives. No, I don't like a lot of billboarding either, but this one does have a bit of billboarding, but it is a solid medium-sized knife, very comfortable in the hand, beautiful blade shape, nice reverse flicking action. Now this one did come not gritty, but it definitely came with a little bit of friction, but it is breaking in nicely. So I expect that eventually it's just going to be just as smooth as all the rest of them. You know, it just takes a little bit of breaking in. The D10 needs to break into the coating. But awesome knife. This one's in D2. Titanium frame lock, great clip, and Mazwan Mokhtar, it's the first time he's used a good clip because he likes those ball clips. This one is not a ball clip, but man, it works great. This is a good clip. Great little knife. Oh yeah, and it's a reverse bolster lock. I forgot to mention that. We have a reverse bolster lock. It has micro milling on the titanium, and what I mean by reverse bolster lock is there's a carbon fiber inlay on the top. Instead of being down here, it's up here, and it's just an inlay though. So it is full titanium with just an inlay. Next we have the KIZER M Stealth. This is a snappy little front flipper. Fun to play with. It is very easy to deploy this one. It has a nice deep, tall hollow grind. I love this blade shape. It works so good for detailing work. We have a titanium frame lock, S35VN blade steel. The one big complaint is this clip it's not the best clip. It does not work really good. It's got a lot of tension, and it's a cool knife. I love the knife, but man, I don't like that clip very much. But I love that it's a nice, thin, tall, hollow, very smooth. The front flipping action is amazing on it, and it is comfortable in the hand considering the way it looks. When you actually get it in hand, it's like, man, and it's really comfortable in these pinch grips, you know. Next, we have the CJRB CRAG. This is a liner lock version in ARRPM9 steel, which is Artisan's proprietary steel. They make that steel. And it is a robust knife, nice and comfortable in the hand. It does have a forward finger choil. It's a bit of a beast. Now, I've heard, you know, they're not the toughest knives. I like that I can reverse flick it because of the coating. But it's a solid work knife. That is kind of the beauty of it. Mine is rock solid, nice early lockup still. This is a great example of one for sure. Super comfortable in the hand and great working blade shape. Next, we have the CIVIVI Trailblazer. This is the large one because they have a mini. This is the XL version, but it is a slip joint. And it's a full-size slip joint. But the beauty of this is, man, it is a great shape, size. Grind is amazing. Beautiful drop point blade shape with a nice deep hollow. I wish that it was a liner lock. I mean, it has a lot of tension on that back spring. So this is one you can definitely work with. Very slim. Steel frame with G10 overlays. T8 hardware. Reversible deep carry clip. Very strong tension. Nice strong pull. So this is a super solid slippy. So anybody who wants a real slip joint, one that can be a real worker, that's a great example. Next, I actually just was recently gifted one of these, but this one is mine. Well, the other one's mine too now, but I have two of these. This is the CIVIVI IMPERIUM. Drop point blade, beautiful drop point blade. It has thumb stud action and a front flipper. So if you're wanting a front flipper, but you're not sure if you'll like it, this is a great one to choose because you don't have to use the front flipper if you don't like it, but it is very easy to use. Deep carry reverse, or no, not reversible. Deep carry clip with the shred gold and carbon fiber. It does have a really good look to it. Very smooth. Very smooth on the drop too, so smooth in two ways. We have Nitro V steel, I believe. Yes, Nitro V steel. Love that steel. Very similar to like a 14C28N steel. Super smooth. Great little, it's a sleek knife. I don't want to call it little, but it's sleek. That's kind of the beauty of it. It's long, slim, and extremely useful, like design and shape. Next, we have the KANSEPT PRICKLE in S35VN. Now, I've had another one of these. I think I gave it away. But this one is the S35VN version. The other one was, I forget the steel. I think it was D2, the other one. But this one has the copper scales with a titanium milled pocket clip, steel liners, great access to the lock bar. Super smooth on the drop. The front flipper works so good. And I think the front flipper works better on this one than the G10 version. And the reason why is because it's heavy. So using the front flipper, it's easier to use because the handle's so heavy in your hand. It's kind of hard to explain without you actually feeling it. But the front flipper, when you put pressure on the handle, it's so heavy it doesn't really move. So great action, great blade shape, lots of jimping down the spine, super comfortable in the hand. It is a very neutral grip, just a straight grip. Doesn't matter what way you're holding it, it's nice and comfortable. Great blade shape for utility cuts and long slicing cuts. Not the thinnest behind the edge, but it's also not super thick. It's kind of that happy medium ground. The clip works great. Yeah. The copper you can do a forced patina on, which will look really good. I'm probably for sure going to do that. Next, we have the KANSEPT Main Street, the big dog. This one is in green micarta. I'm all over the place, guys. Now, we have 154 cm blade steel. I really like this knife. Super comfortable in the hand. Great blade shape, utility cutter, and great for slicing. It has good geometry, great access to the lock bar, and it has a titanium milled pocket clip with T8 hardware all the way around. It is a Dirk Pinkerton design. Now I know it says Little Main Street right there, but that was just a mistake from the factory. I think I got one of the first versions, and I think all the first ones did come out like that. But great knife. Next we have the KUBEY KU something. I cannot remember which one, but I'll write it down on the screen. I like this one. It reminds me of a Ferrum Forge design. Very comfortable in the hand. Super comfortable. Now, it does have quite a bit of belly, but it's still easy to get to the tip, and it is super smooth. Nice big hole deployment, so nice strong detent too, and the front flipper works great. So it is a fidgeter's dream for sure. Great deployment, good geometry. It does cut extremely well too. We have a deep carry reversible clip. Now, We do have T8 hardware all the way around. I believe the pivot is T10. It might be a T8. Some of them are T10s. Very smooth on its ceramic caged bearings, and it has a lot of jimping. So, man, you really lock in with this guy. This does come in multiple different options, too, not just the JG10. I still need to dye this one. All right, just a couple more really quick. We have the CJRB SCORIA. I love this knife. I have 2 of them. We will see another one come up here pretty soon. But we're almost to the end of this part of the collection. The CJRB SCORIA. This is my favorite one. The micarta ones are good. I like the micarta ones, but they're a little too lightweight and they feel flimsy. I like the G10 one. The G10 one feels much more solid, and that's just a preference thing, but it's a very slim knife. It's very slim in the hand. It does cut really good. The ARRPM 9 steel takes an incredible edge. And it has really good action. We have titanium thumb studs, titanium pivot collar, and a titanium pocket clip that works great. Awesome pocket clip, and it does have hidden screws in the pocket clip. No backspacer, just some standoffs. The flipping action's great. This is a solid knife. I do recommend this one quite a bit. It is like $80, but dang it, it's a good one. And then we have the last knife on the list, the WE Beacon. This is the WE Beacon. I love this knife, man. It is so good. So good. It is ridiculously smooth. The flipping action and detent is great on it. I need to do the full review between this and the Beacon. The WE Beacon and this are 2 really good knives that have a lot of similarities, but also many differences. And I love them both, just in different ways. But yeah, great knife. It's like $200, but it is 20 CV blade steel, titanium frame lock, titanium hardware, titanium clip. No milling, so it's not super lightweight, but it is very light though. But they don't have any milling or anything in it. The action is just amazing. They did a great job with the heat treat on this 20 CV. On both of them, on my Beacon and my Subjugator. So both of them feel like they have great heat treats on it. But yeah, I like it quite a bit. And it does come in different options as well, not just the blue. I just thought the blue looked the best. Yeah, love the knife, man. Great knife right here. But there you guys go. That is part 3 to my collection, and next will be part 4. I love you guys. Peace.